Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Nick from ForexNoobs.com with the daily analysis. Today is a very very annoying day for me so far, but today is Tuesday the 9th of February 2021. Time is 10:07 a.m. Sorry for the 7-minute late start, guys. Uh, we we've had a few internet issues here, just a few. Uh, I'm on my backup connection. I don't know what that is going to mean for the stream because I'm already getting warnings from YouTube that the stream might be laggy. So hopefully it's not too laggy. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm on a backup connection, which is just not as good as the normal connection. So let's just see how this goes. Right. So I don't know why AUDJPY is here. It shouldn't be there. So yeah, let's get into the analysis. AUD New Zealand long here. Who's still long on this one? All right, we're all still in. Wow, all of us are in. Nice, that is good to hear. These aren't my actual numbers. I'll update my numbers on this chart. Uh, I've just had a bit of a crazy week last week. My partner, she was sick. I had to take care of the puppy. And anyone who's had a puppy knows how much work that actually is. I just had a horrible week last week. I haven't really been able to update the forum as much as I would normally do, and I haven't been able to update my charts. But we're all in this one. No reason to close this one out. Just hold on to this one. It's a good trade. Right, CADJPY. Can't remember what was happening here. Was someone in this one? I'm not too sure. I don't think so. I think I might have just thrown this up on the list. If someone was in that one, let me know. GBPAUD, I didn't enter this one. We were looking for a short here. Is anyone short on GBPAUD at the moment? New Zealand CHF was just something I was monitoring, but I don't think anyone was long on it. So I'm just going to take it off the list for now. USDCHF. Alright, so some people are in GBPAUD. Right. Cool. I mean, if you're in GBPAUD, just hold on to it, guys. No reason to close this one out. Oh, you're in CADJPY? Okay. Cool. And USDCHF, guys, this one's pulling back. This one, I don't, I think only one, I think Murray was in this one, right? It's not a setup I would normally trade, this sort of head and shoulders breakout, but um, I was looking at giving it a shot last week, but it just moved way too fast. But Murray, you're in it. I assume you've hit your target at this point, closing out at that resistance area. Yeah, nice, cool. Nice work, Murray. That was really good with that trade. Perfect. Good work there. All right, CADJPY. If you're in this one, you may as well hold on to it. No reason to close it out. I know it's pulling back a little bit right now, and it could pull back and hit your stop loss. But you can't just get out anytime something pulls back against you a little bit. Especially if you have a nice wide stop kind of inside the support area, you have a lot of backup there. Is there a possible entry on what, Dave? Right, so just a summary of the open setups real quick, because I feel like I've been rushing and a bit all over the place right now. AUD New Zealand, most of us seem to be long on this one. Just hold on for that, at least for this choke point here, the 1.0694. we'll hold on for that choke point, and then we'll see how we trade it from there. That choke point for me is, I believe, just under 2R, but I'll confirm that later. I'll update it in the forum. Very sorry that I wasn't able to update on Thursday, guys, but as I've explained, just had a bit of a crazy week last week. It's not really normal for me, but my partner, she's fully recovered. She's no longer sick. She didn't have COVID, just bronchitis that came after a cold. So back to normal this week, guys. But yeah, it doesn't matter if I didn't update. It seems like all of you are in this one anyway, so that's great news. Let's just hold on to it until it hits, at the very least, this choke point, but let's try to get beyond that choke point too if we can. GBPAUD, hold on to it. I'm not in, but hold on to it. That's a good one. And that's it. Let's look at some of last week's setups. AUDJPY, or last week's potentials. AUDJPY, we're looking for a breakout here, but it's not really happening yet. So let's just keep watching this one closely. AUDCHF, guys, same thing. We're looking for a breakout. Not happened yet. Let's keep watching closely. AUDUSD, there was a long here, but I think most people didn't end up taking this one. So this one's off the list for now. EuroCAD. Now this one looks like it's triggering now, but to be completely honest, guys, I don't like this setup at all. It's just way too messy. The risk to reward ratio is not great because realistically the choke point is here to the left. Oh, and I forgot to answer your question about CADJPY, Dave. I don't see any possibility for entry there now. It's too late. So this is the choke point. It's 1 hour away. I'm just no longer interested in this setup, so I'm gonna take that off the list. All right, Mo's in AUDUSD. Interesting. So we'll keep this one open. No reason to close out AUDUSD. Mo and Mo, two Mo's. Mo Drick and Mo Boomer are in. Cool. I'm assuming there's more people in here, so Murray. All right, we've broken the Mo pattern, but we're still on the M pattern. 3 M's are in this. I remember your trade now, Mo. You posted it as a 12-hour long, didn't you? Yeah, just hold on to this trade. It's going well. We got a lot of good trades running. Unfortunately, I'm only in one of them, but there's a lot of good trades running. They're all involving AUD though. Euro New Zealand, we're still just waiting for a breakout, so keeping an eye on that. GBPUSD, now this one looks like it could trigger today. Well, a lot of these could trigger today. Technically, AUDJPY could trigger today, AUDCHF could, Euro New Zealand could, it's quite close. But GBPUSD looks like the most likely candidate. It's pushing up quite nicely. It's a pretty decent bullish trend. So I'm definitely looking for a long here breakout trade on a close. Well, we'll discuss it further in the forum. We'll discuss the details of the entry in the forum because breakout trades are for members only. Righto. So, another thing, guys. I've just updated. I know this doesn't look good, but it'll look good pretty soon. I just need to make some styling changes because I messed something up earlier today. I've updated the dashboard, and if you go have a look right now, it might be broken. It might be slightly broken, but don't worry too much about that. It'll be fixed by a few hours from now. Uh, I've updated the dashboard, so do check that out. There's a lot more info there, and there's going to be a video on how to use it. But let's look for some setups, guys. What's going on with the market right now? I saw someone say they got into EuroCAD, they just triggered in. I just don't really see this being a good setup anymore. If we could have got a lower entry somewhere like there, then it might have been viable because you had 2R at the choke point, but it's just really not viable anymore. When you're entering trades, you should really take a look to the left and see potential points at which the trade can get snagged. And here is a major point where it could get stalled out, it could get snagged, and that's very close to your current entry. So it's a bit of a risky trade in my opinion. Hmm, not seeing much new stuff right now. Ooh, GBPJPY reversal. Damn, tad late to enter this one. Anyone short here on GBPJPY? Entry? $44.30. This is counter to a strong trend, so make sure anyone who's in this one to have a tight target. 1.5R is what makes sense in this case. You don't want to be targeting much more than that. It's a pretty risky trade being against the trend, but as long as you keep your target very tight, you should be able to hit that target. Be careful with these counter trend reversals. They can be profitable, but you just have to trade them smart. So I wouldn't go for 2R on this one, guys. In fact, I'd probably have my stop tighter and have my 1.5 around here. So that's my advice. But yeah, good job catching that one. Those of you who got in. Oh, right. Very curious to see what happens with USDJPY once it hits the support area. I think there could be good potential for a continuation there. And same with USDCHF, guys. So it wouldn't be a normal continuation, right? Because normally for a continuation we're looking for a major trend. It'd just be a continuation of this head and shoulders pattern. Honestly, this would probably not be something that I'll trade on USDCHF and USDJPY. I am just going to keep an eye on it, keep my options open, because I might be looking for a long there. Now, will I trade this as a continuation? Because the rules for continuations are different. I'm more likely to have a bigger target. I'm more likely to ignore choke points. I will not trade this as a continuation. Rather, I would just trade this as a normal reversal trade. So if price drops down into here and I do want to trade it, I would treat it as a normal reversal trade, not a continuation. Even though I might call it somewhat of a continuation, I know that can be confusing. If I call it a continuation, it's just because it's a continuation of this head and shoulders breakout pattern. So I'll try my best not to call it a continuation, just to avoid any mistakes that people might make trying to trade it as a continuation that's in line with a major trend, because it is not in line with a major trend. Anyway, I'm babbling a bit here. Point is, if it drops down to support, I will be looking for a long here, but I'll probably just treat it as a normal reversal. And that goes for USDCHF and USDJPY. We've just got potential reversals from these support areas here that they broke last week. As for the other setups, I've discussed them already in a bit of detail. We're just looking for breakouts on all these pairs. Nothing really further to discuss there. And I've broken down how to handle the open setups. Just keep them open, really. Nothing much else to it. Keep them open. So are there any questions, guys? Why didn't I short USDJPY at the 200 moving average? I can't remember. Was that Friday, Monday? Yeah, I just wasn't really looking at the charts on Monday. Like I said, things have been a bit crazy, so I haven't been as focused on looking at the charts. I just had a bit of a crazy week. Yesterday, I pretty much barely looked at my charts. I probably would have shorted. I don't see anything wrong with this short. 200 moving average, resistance area, very clear indecision. There's nothing wrong with that short. If someone's short there, then awesome, good work. But yeah, personally, just didn't see it. So this is the thing about when you trade for yourself, guys. When you're trading for yourself, you're the key factor. You have to be there to take the trades. Even if you've got some automation going, you still have to be there to manage the automation. The completely automated trading that some people believe in is just not realistic. Even if you have bots trading for you, you have to manage those bots. You have to do some work every day. And because you're the key factor, when you're indisposed, you just can't trade. You can't do your thing. And unfortunately, last week for me was one of those weeks. Why is CADJPY not a setup? I mean, if you're in it already, it's a setup, but why would you enter now? Right? If you entered this one, right, you may as well keep it open. There's no reason to close it out. But let's be honest, it pushed up and now it's moving against you. When price pushes up and then moves back to your entry point, that's not the best thing. So why would we be entering a trade when it's already in a position you don't want it to be? We're already seeing weakness from buyers. Why would we enter a long trade when we're already seeing weakness from buyers? If you're in it, you're in it. It doesn't really make sense to just jump out of it right now. But if you're not in it, then it doesn't make sense to get in it right now. No, because the further it retraces, the worse it gets. The further it retraces, the more we're seeing that buyers aren't in control. Because like think about it this way. The further it retraces, the weaker bulls are, the weaker buyers are. So the weaker buyers are, the less likely that when you buy, it's going to go up. I'll post the link in the forum. Please don't post it publicly. It should be locked off to non-members, but when it hits support, well, then we're talking about something completely different. If it drops back down, it hits support, it stalls out, then we start to see signs that sellers are weakening, then we could be able to maybe trade it as a continuation. But that's different. You're asking, do I enter now or when it retraces further? That makes very little sense to me. But if it comes down here, it shows signs of stalling. We see that bears are weakening. We see that bulls are strengthening and it starts to turn around. Then sure, I'm willing to consider a long. But it's two different scenarios there. It's two very different scenarios. Because one scenario is price actively moving down and you go long when we're getting clear signs that buyers are weakening, sellers are strengthening. If it falls into support, stalls out, and then starts to push up, we're getting signs that sellers are weakening and buyers are strengthening. And that's when it makes sense to enter. When sellers are getting weak and buyers are getting strong, that's when you want to enter a trade, not when buyers are getting weak and sellers are getting strong. Obviously, if we're talking about long trades. It was a breakout setup when the breakout happened, and it can be a continuation setup if it comes back and gives us a continuation. But right now, it's not a setup. But guys, let's discuss this further in the forum. Today's webinar is going to be a public webinar, and I don't want to get into the details of breakout trading publicly. So we can discuss it in the forum and discuss it tomorrow, because tomorrow's webinar is members only. So yeah, thank you guys very much for attending. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's analysis, which is going to be at 10 a.m. also. So thanks and bye.